So, we got some work to do. So this tree right here is a sugar maple. It's a beautiful tree, and it's one that I transplanted from somewhere else on my property. I've got a little sugar bush underneath my biggest sugar maple that's just collecting all these seeds, and it's got all these little sugar maples popping out of it. So I took this one from there. It's a perfect specimen. It's getting a little bit more sun, as you could probably tell, and because of that, it's got a few more lower branches on it, but I keep pruning it up because I want a nice height canopy on it one day. But you could tell that it's got plenty of growth this year, so they do well when I transplant them out into these more sun conditions. Oh my goodness, if you guys haven't experienced a lilac tree, the smell of it, early June, they flower. Oh wow. Underneath this giant sugar maple over here. It's just collecting all of these seeds. They're growing slow, but they're gonna grow tall. It's gonna be a gorgeous sugar bush one day. But today we're not here to look at them and admire them. We're here to pull a specimen that doesn't look like it's gonna be surviving there. So we're just gonna take it from where it is and transplant it to somewhere else on the property where it will do a lot better. So it seems that we've gotten the maple with majority of its roots intact. I don't think we damaged too many of them. We got all that soil with it, so it should be a good transplant. So these are basically all the things you're gonna need for the planting aspect of it. Obviously you're gonna need a shovel. I usually like to put a sleeve on it so that the squirrels don't eat the tree. And then I have a little bit of fertilizer right there that helps the roots take to the area. So now you could really see what I meant by that sandy soil. This is not clay based whatsoever. This is super fine stuff. And yeah, like I said, that's why the pines love to live here, because the pines love the sandy, loose soil that drains very quickly. But I wanted to put a maple here because there's a few really nice canopy maples on my property, so I wanted to make sure that one day I'd have one over here as well. So now that our hole's dug, make sure we don't have any organic matter in there like the weeds all around here. Make sure we got that nice loose soil in there. And then we're just gonna wanna plop our maple in there. One thing that's super important about your trees, you never want them to be at the bottom of a bowl. That just promotes water to go and pool there, and it's not good for the roots or the base of the tree. So always make sure that your trees are planted flush with the ground. And now all we gotta do is backfill. Be careful, take your time. So one thing about this part of my property is it was a pine stand originally. So when I'm planting my trees right now, I want that to mimic what was originally here, because this sandy, well-drained soil is exactly what white pines love. So I've got these little pines planted everywhere. I've got them here, 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 and over here. These beautiful white pines, they've almost completely surpassed my expectations. Got it staked so that it's straight. Look at this new growth. So a really cool thing that I did off camera today was put a little bit of this mulch down. But that's not the only thing that I did. I went with a shovel and I actually put little divots in the ground about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet around the circumference of this tree. That allows the water to pool around the roots, and it allows the roots to go into nice soft soil. One other thing that I did was I noticed that this bur oak was getting totally eaten by caterpillars. But I put this little double-sided tape adhesive over here, and I secured it with some duct tape, and I haven't noticed too many more climbing up it. Wow, look how good that tree looks. All settled in there with the mulch on top. I'd call that a job done.